Ever wake up feeling like your energy's slipping away, wondering if your best years are behind you? What if I told you that just a few simple habits could add 10 vibrant years to your life? Stick with me, because today, we're sharing 5 science-backed secrets to help you feel stronger, sharper, and full of life after 60. Starting with one you can try right now. Have you ever woken up in the morning and felt like your energy just isn't what it used to be? Maybe you're noticing a little more stiffness in your joints, or you're wondering why you're not bouncing back from a long day like you did in your 50s. If you're nodding along, you're not alone. Turning 60 is a milestone, and it's natural to start thinking about how to keep feeling vibrant, strong, and full of life for years to come. The good news: science says you can add a decade, or more, to your life by making a few simple changes. And no, we're not talking about running marathons or spending hours at the gym. These are practical, everyday habits that anyone can start, no matter where you are in your journey. In this video, we're diving into 5 science-backed habits that can help you feel younger, stay healthier, and enjoy life to the fullest after 60. These aren't just tips, they're small, powerful shifts that can transform how you feel every single day. I'm so excited to share these with you because they've made a difference for so many people, and I know they can for you too. So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's jump into the first habit that's going to set you on the path to a longer, more vibrant life. First up, let's talk about moving your body in a way that feels good and keeps you strong. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, "Oh, here comes the exercise lecture," hear me out. This isn't about lifting heavy weights or signing up for a boot camp. It's about something called functional movement, simple activities that keep your body flexible, balanced, and ready for everyday life. Think about it: being able to walk up the stairs without huffing, carry your groceries without strain, or play with your grandkids without worrying about pulling something. That's what functional movement is all about. Research from the National Institute on Aging shows that regular, low-impact movement, like walking, stretching, or even chair yoga, can cut your risk of heart disease, improve your mood, and even help you live longer. One study found that just 30 minutes of brisk walking 5 days a week can lower your risk of early death by up to 20%. That's huge. And the best part? You don't need a gym membership or fancy equipment. Start with something as simple as a 10-minute walk around your neighborhood every morning. Notice the flowers blooming, wave to a neighbor, and let the fresh air lift your spirits. If walking feels tough, try seated exercises or gentle stretches while watching your favorite show. The key is consistency. Do a little every day, and your body will thank you. Let me tell you about my friend Susan. She's 68, and a few years ago, she was struggling to get out of her chair without pain. She started doing a 15-minute stretching routine every morning. Nothing intense, just reaching for her toes, rolling her shoulders, and doing some light twists. Within a month, she was moving easier, sleeping better, and even had the energy to start gardening again. Now she's out there planting roses and keeping up with her grandkids. That's the power of small, intentional movement. So, today, pick one thing. Maybe a short walk or a few stretches, and give it a try. You'll be amazed at how good it feels. Now that we've got movement covered, let's move on to the second habit, which is all about what you put on your plate. I know, nobody loves being told what to eat. But this isn't about strict diets or giving up your favorite foods. It's about nourishing your body with foods that give you energy and keep you strong. Scientists call this a nutrient-dense way of eating, and it's one of the biggest secrets to aging well. A study from Harvard found that people over 60 who eat more whole foods, like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins, have a lower risk of chronic diseases like diabetes and heart disease. They also tend to feel more energetic and even think more clearly. Here's how to make it simple. Aim to fill half your plate with colorful vegetables at every meal. Think bright red tomatoes, crisp green spinach, or sweet orange carrots. These foods are packed with vitamins and antioxidants that fight aging at the cellular level. Add a small portion of lean protein, like chicken, fish, or beans, to keep your muscles strong, and a handful of whole grains, like brown rice or oatmeal, for sustained energy. And don't forget healthy fats. Things like olive oil, avocados, or a sprinkle of nuts can keep your heart happy and your skin glowing. Let's make it real. Imagine you're sitting down for dinner tonight. Instead of a big plate of pasta, try a smaller portion of whole grain pasta tossed with grilled veggies and a piece of salmon drizzled with olive oil. Or, if you love your morning toast, swap the white bread for whole grain and top it with smashed avocado and a sliced tomato. These little swaps add up. My neighbor Tom, who's 72, started adding a big salad to his lunch every day. He told me he feels like he's got the energy of a 50-year-old now, and he's even lost a few pounds without trying. That's the kind of change we're talking about. Easy, delicious, and life-changing. One quick tip. Don't stress about perfection. If you love your occasional slice of cake or glass of wine, enjoy it. The goal is balance, not restriction. Just focus on crowding your plate with more of the good stuff, and you'll naturally feel better. Try adding one new vegetable to your meals this week, maybe some roasted zucchini or a handful of berries, and see how it makes you feel. We've covered 2 big habits so far: moving your body with functional exercises and eating nutrient-dense foods. These are like the foundation of a house. Get them right, and everything else feels easier. You know, there's something so special about sitting down with a good friend, sharing a laugh, or even just picking up the phone to hear a familiar voice. That's what our 3rd habit is all about: staying connected with others. It might sound simple, but science tells us that strong social ties can add years to your life. A study from Brigham Young University found that people over 60 with close relationships, whether it's family, friends, or even a friendly neighbor, have a 50% lower risk of early death compared to those who feel isolated. That's as powerful as quitting smoking or staying active. Loneliness, on the other hand, can raise stress levels, weaken your immune system, and even increase your risk of heart disease. So building those connections isn't just nice, it's essential. Now, I get it. Life after 60 can sometimes feel like it's pulling you away from people. Maybe your kids have moved away, or you're not seeing coworkers every day anymore. But staying connected doesn't mean you need a packed social calendar. It's about quality, not quantity. Start small. Wow. Call up an old friend you haven't talked to in a while and spend 10 minutes catching up. Or invite a neighbor over for coffee. Even joining a local group, like a book club, a gardening class, or a walking group, can open the door to new friendships. These little moments of connection can lift your spirits and keep you feeling young. Let me share a story about my Aunt Linda. She's 67, and after she retired, she felt a bit lost. She missed the chatter of her office and started spending too much time alone. Then she joined a weekly knitting circle at her community center. At first, she was nervous. She didn't know anyone. But those Tuesday afternoons became her favorite part of the week. She made new friends, swapped stories, and even started teaching a few younger folks how to knit. Now she says those connections make her feel alive and give her something to look forward to. That's what we're aiming for. Finding your own version of that knitting circle. Here's a simple way to start. This week, reach out to one person who makes you smile. It could be a quick text, a phone call, or even a handwritten note. If you're feeling adventurous, look for a local event or class where you can meet people with similar interests. And don't worry if it feels awkward at first. It's like riding a bike. The more you do it, the easier it gets. Those connections will fill your heart, and as the science shows, help you live longer. Speaking of feeling good, let's move on to our 4th habit, which is all about getting enough sleep. I know, it sounds obvious, but hear me out. Sleep is like a superpower for your health, especially after 60. When you sleep, your body repairs itself, your brain processes the day, and your immune system gets a boost. A study from the National Sleep Foundation found that older adults who get 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep per night have a lower risk of everything from heart disease to depression. Poor sleep, on the other hand, can mess with your memory, raise your blood pressure, and even make you feel hungrier for unhealthy foods. So, how do you make sure you're getting the kind of sleep that leaves you refreshed? It starts with a consistent routine. Try going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends. This helps your body's internal clock stay on track. Create a calming bedtime ritual, like reading a book, sipping herbal tea, or doing some gentle stretches. And here's a big one. Keep screens out of the bedroom. The blue light from phones and tablets can trick your brain into thinking it's daytime, making it harder to fall asleep. My friend Robert, who's 71, used to struggle with falling asleep. He'd stay up late watching TV, then toss and turn for hours. He started a new routine: no screens after 9 p.m., a warm cup of chamomile tea, and 10 minutes of reading a mystery novel. Within a couple of weeks, he was sleeping like a baby and waking up with more energy than had in years. He even started tackling projects around the house he'd been putting off. That's the magic of good sleep. It spills over into every part of your life. One practical tip: make your bedroom a sleep sanctuary. Keep it cool, dark, and quiet. If noise is an issue, try a white noise machine or earplugs. And if you're still having trouble, don't be afraid to talk to your doctor. Sometimes small tweaks, like adjusting medications or addressing stress, can make a big difference. Aim for those 7 to 8 hours, and you'll feel the difference in your energy, your mood, and even how sharp you feel during the day. Let's talk about keeping your mind as sharp as a tack, because that's what our fifth habit is all about: engaging your brain in ways that keep it active and thriving. You've probably heard that old saying, use it or lose it. And when it comes to your brain, there's a lot of truth to that. Science backs this up. A study from the University of California found that older adults who regularly challenge their minds with activities like learning new skills, solving puzzles, or even playing a musical instrument have a lower risk of cognitive decline. That means a sharper memory, better focus, and a brain that's ready to tackle whatever life throws your way. Plus, it's just plain fun to keep learning and growing, no matter your age. So, what does this look like in real life? It's about finding activities that spark your curiosity and make you think. Maybe it's picking up a new hobby, like painting, gardening, or cooking a new cuisine. Or it could be something as simple as doing a daily crossword puzzle or playing a game of cards with friends. Even learning a few words in a new language can give your brain a workout. The key is to try something that feels fresh and just a little challenging. It's like taking your brain to the gym. Let me tell you about my friend Margaret, who's 69. A few years ago, she decided to learn how to play the ukulele. She'd never played an instrument before and thought she might be too old to start. But she found a beginner's class at her local community center, and now she's strumming away, playing songs for her grandkids, and even performing at small gatherings. She says it's not just about the music. It's the joy of learning something new that keeps her feeling young. And the science agrees. Activities like this strengthen the connections in your brain, helping you stay sharp for years to come. Here's how to get started. Pick one thing you've always wanted to try or something you used to love, but haven't done in a while. It could be as simple as downloading a brain training app, signing up for an online course, or dusting off that old chessboard. Spend just 10 or 15 minutes a day on it, and you'll be amazed at how it lifts your mood and keeps your mind buzzing. If you're not sure where to start, try something social, like a trivia night or a book discussion group. It's a great way to combine brain exercise with those connections we talked about earlier. One quick tip: don't worry about being perfect. The goal isn't to become a master chef or a chess champion. It is to have fun and keep your brain engaged. Even small efforts, like reading a new book or trying a new recipe, can make a big difference. Your brain is like a muscle, and every little challenge helps it stay strong. So we've walked through 5 powerful habits: moving your body with functional exercises, eating nutrient-dense foods, staying connected with others, prioritizing sleep, and keeping your mind sharp. These aren't complicated or expensive changes. They're simple, everyday choices that add up to a healthier, happier, and longer life. Think about Susan, who found joy in her morning stretches, or Tom, who's got more energy from eating those big salads. Then there's Linda, knitting with her new friends, Robert, sleeping soundly through the night, and Margaret, strumming her ukulele. These are real people making small shifts, and you can do the same. The beauty of these habits is that they work together. When you move your body, you sleep better. When you eat well, you have more energy to stay connected. When you challenge your brain, you feel more confident tackling life's challenges. It's like a cycle of wellness that keeps building. And the best part, you don't have to do it all at once. Start with one habit, maybe that short walk or that extra serving of veggies, and let it grow from there. Small steps lead to big results, and you're worth every single one. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Which of these habits are you excited to try? Maybe you've already got a favorite way to stay active or keep your mind sharp. Share it with us. Your story might inspire someone else to take that first step. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more tips on living your best life after 60. It means the world to us, and it helps others find this content too. Here's to feeling vibrant, staying strong, and adding years to your life with these simple habits. You've got this, and I'm cheering you on every step of the way. Here's to living your best life at any age.